Long, long time ago, in a galaxy far, far. Should we start?
Alright, cool.
Long, long time ago.
Camera works, right?
Yeah, it's rolling.
It's
rolling? Alright.
Okay. Long, long time ago.
Action, Monsieur Firas.
I've always wanted to start with long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. You
Okay.
keep this in the mind.
You can.
Let's take Niger, the uranium capital of colonial karma. In 2023, over 60,000 migrants passed through Niger on their way to Libya, Algeria, and Tunisia. And the number of Nigerian nationals in the UK only doubled between 2008 and 2021, from 90,000 to 178. So what's happening? Well, let's say you live in a country where electricity is a luxury. Now imagine there's another country where electricity is practically free. You know which one it is. France. And while they say it's solidarity, a triumph of French socialism and collective conscious contribution, well, spoiler alert, it's not. It's Niger's uranium. France's nuclear miracle built on Niger's ruins. France powers over 70% of its grid with nuclear energy. 1/3 of that uranium comes from Niger. Now here's the twist. The French company Orano, formerly known as Arriva, changed their name because of several corruption condemnations actually, has been mining uranium in Niger for over 50 years now. Niger sees pennies to the euro, sometimes none. Entire towns are polluted. Local communities get radioactive water and empty promises. The company made sure it breaks every environmental law that it wouldn't be able to if it was mining in the EU. But they also lobbied in France and Niger to corrupt or deal with any politician or organization standing in their path. In 2014, Niger's president tried to renegotiate a deal. France responded like a sore loser, slashing prices and applying pressure. When another president hinted at the same idea in 2023, well, you've guessed it, a coup took place. France exploits Niger, destabilizes the country, then acts shocked when people flee the mess they helped create. And Macron gets upset because Africans are feeling too ungrateful.
L'ingratitude, je suis bien placé pour le savoir, c'est une maladie non transmissible à l'homme.
But this isn't just about Niger. If you change the name to Congo, Honduras, Tunisia, Syria, the pattern stays the same. Now let's get to the second part. Imagine surviving the death trip across the desert and sea only to be called a leash or a threat. But here's the part no one tweets about. They're not stealing your jobs. They're doing jobs that no one wants. In the UK, 34% of doctors are foreign trained. In Germany, 60,000 migrants are saving the healthcare system by working and supporting jobs. In Spain, your salad is probably picked by a Moroccan worker. In Italy, your grandma's caretaker is probably a Filipina or a Syrian woman. But migrants are stealing our jobs. Cool. I mean, cool with me. Want to go work 14-hour shifts in a strawberry field for less than 10 euros? Didn't think so. Europe's secret sauce isn't socialism. It's not the collective consciousness and contribution and taxes. It's migrants' labor. When France brags about free healthcare and cheap trains, it's not because of some magical economical model. In fact, the model is failing. But the reason it's worked for so long are the migrants. They're making it work quietly and invisibly. And now there is another issue. Population collapse, which is for Europe around the corner, and everyone keeps denying it. Europe's working force is shrinking so fast. In Germany alone, the labor force is expected to shrink by 4 million in 2030. Without migrants, hospitals, infrastructure, everything you seem to know and enjoy in Europe might collapse. They are literally the patch holding the system together. And that's the entire episode. No, I'm joking. One last thing. Sorry, forgot. It's the most important part, actually. Do you know about climate change? Because that's a big one. And everyone seems to have this little amnesia about it. Migrants aren't fleeing because they want to crash your dinner party. They're running also from climate disasters, ones that they did not cause. Their carbon footprint? Closer to a bonsai tree. Meanwhile, Europe and North America have spent 200 years pumping CO2 in the entire planet. They drowned their farms, dried their wills. Then they built walls to stop them. If you're worried about them changing your culture, maybe you shouldn't have taken baguettes to Burkina Faso. Empires don't just fade away. One way or another, the past will show up at your doors, whether it's boats, trains, or by foot on your borders. So where do we go from here? We live in the first era in human history where everything is ultra-connected. A coup in Niger affects your energy bill in Paris. A flood in Bangladesh raises food prices in Berlin, and a virus in Wuhan shuts down the entire planet. We don't have the luxury of denial anymore. So what's the game here? Maybe we start by admitting the past. Colonialism, coups, climate destruction, these are the elements that forced migration patterns. And one more thing that's quite evident and yet no one looks at it. Maybe we start practicing the values we preach. If human rights matter in Europe, if environment matters in Europe, then those things should matter everywhere else too. And let's all stop pretending that migrants are the problem. They are collaborators. They are your nurses, engineers, caregivers. They're the ones keeping the lights on, quite literally. So the next time you hear a politician blaming migrants, ask, who made them leave their homes? And if he says it's the laziness, you should probably walk away from that politician and maybe laugh at his ignorance. And to whomever says ingratitude, remember, migrants built your country with their own resources.